Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon top speed build, and this time it's for what is usually a very popular car on pretty much any racing game that it's featured on, the Lexus LF-A. And one of the great things about Horizon 3, especially with regard to the engine swaps, is that you can finally get better performance out of cars which have always deserved to have better performance, and this is one of those cars. The LF-A has always struggled on Forza to get up past, say, 240, 250. Now you can get up around 270 thanks to the engine conversion, and that's the kind of performance that it deserves to have. Now, as far as the build on this particular car, of course you can get this tune from my storefront, as with all of my tunes, so just use the keywords in the description of this video to find it quickly. Or if you want to follow this tune, that's fine. You can change things around. If you want a wing, maybe change the rims, etc. I would recommend, of course, the V12 conversion. I would, perhaps controversially, always recommend all-wheel drive on this game, purely because you need it for off-roading, and you do usually end up off-road at some point. Now, some people may not want that, so this video is for you. You can do the rest and just not fit that. So, as far as the rest of the upgrades, of course you want your twin turbo, upgrade the power, lower the weight, all the obvious stuff. But for the tune setup, which is of course the way to unlock all of those upgrades potential, as you can see, we're running some serious numbers. Under 2 seconds to 60, under 4 seconds to 100, and a fraction under 270 flat out. So, not the quickest car in the game, but not that far off either compared to many of the other fast vehicles around the 270, 275 region. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 3.1. Then for the rest, we've done a similar thing to what we would usually do, with a couple of differences. 2.9 for first, then 2, then 1.5, 1.17, 0.95 and 0.8. Then for the rest, as we often do, I've left it very open to interpretation. These are the settings that I like, but by all means you can change them if you need to. I've got neutral camber, neutral toe, 6 degrees of caster. As far as the anti-roll, we've got those on 29 and 23 respectively. The springs on 147 and 196 with the lowest possible ride height. As far as dampers, we've got those on 12, 15, 6 and 6. Aero doesn't apply, and I would not recommend having wings on this car ever. Not just this car, but any car. Unless it's just for the visuals, then go ahead. As far as the diff, I would recommend 100% on acceleration, as we often do, 0 on deceleration, and for this particular car, a 75% centre split in favour of the rear. That gives you a nice balance of launch, top-end grip, and handling that's a little heavier than some people might like, but not ridiculously so. If it's still too heavy, of course take it up to 80, 85, 90, but you will lose a little bit of launch off the line. So that's it overall for the build. As I said, you can find it on my storefront, as with many, many more tunes that aren't even on YouTube yet. So be sure to check that out if you need top-end builds. And if you'd like to check out some top-end builds that we've already done on YouTube, you can click through to the playlist at the end of this video for that. Or if you'd like to see ones which aren't even out yet, as soon as they're released, you can subscribe down below. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.